Today, we make fried Monte Cristo sandwiches. Yes, yes, and yes. This is 999 Things to Cook. Show your support with that like button right now as we start with our sandwiches. I'm gonna make these two slightly different ways, but the first one starts with sliced brioche bread, a slice of cheddar cheese, a piece or two of deli turkey, whatever brand you like. Just not too thick with your layers, please. Then another piece of bread. A couple slices of deli ham goes on, followed by a slice of Swiss cheese. And a third piece of bread goes on top. Then take something flat and press the sandwich down with lots of pressure. Then I like to cut off the ends. This step is optional, and the only reason I do it is for presentation purposes. It just makes for a cleaner looking final product in the end, but feel free to leave the ends on if you want. I cut it into triangles. Then take a few toothpicks and insert them into the corners on an angle inwards so that they will hold together in the fryer. You don't want these to come apart when frying. I made a second sandwich the exact same way here. Then I wanted to try something a slight bit different, but not too different. With this one, I'm starting off with white mountain bread. Then the cheddar goes on like normal, followed by the turkey. Then the middle piece of bread, followed by the ham. Now, instead of Swiss, I am using Brie. And I will tell you now that this is one of the best decisions I have ever made. Just don't go crazy with it. Slice it into strips that are not too thick and layer the sandwich with it. Then the top piece of bread. Same procedure as the other ones. Smash it down and remove the ends. Cut it in half diagonally and add your toothpicks to hold it together. I made a second one of these, but with the second one, I cut it into two rectangles instead of triangles. On to the batter. We start with 4 cups of flour, to which I add 1 tablespoon of kosher salt and also 4 tablespoons of baking powder. Mix that all together very well. In a separate bowl, we add 4 cups of milk and about 8 egg yolks. You could use 7 or 9, so don't worry, it doesn't have to be exactly 8. Whisk it all together very well. Then add the wet on top of the dry and mix. Mix this very well. There should be no clumps at all, and this will take a few minutes. Now we just have to dredge and fry. Take a sandwich and dredge it in the batter so that it's totally coated. Let all the excess drip off before adding to a pool of 375-degree oil. It takes a few minutes on each side, but let your eyes be the judge of that. Just don't crowd the fryer. With the larger ones, I was only able to fit one in at a time. When it's nice and golden brown, it's ready to be removed and onto a wire rack while you fry up the rest of the sandwiches. How about a nice cross section? Make sure to dust them with some powdered sugar at the end. Traditionally, these are served with a raspberry jam. You can buy that at the store, but since it's so easy, let's just make our own. 12 ounces of raspberries go into a small pot on medium-high heat, followed by 1 1/4 cups of sugar. Stir it up very well, and the berries will start to break down, and the sugar will quickly dissolve into the liquid from the berries. Squeeze in the juice of half a lemon. Bring it to a boil and let boil for just a couple minutes. Make sure you are gently stirring so you don't burn the sugars. Then bring the boil down to a very low simmer. The bubbles will slowly get less and less, but stick around to gently stir. Once the simmer is very weak and barely bubbling, let it stay like that for about 20 minutes. It will start to thicken up and also reduce a bit. Stir it on and off during that time. When it looks like this, it is ready to go. Remember that it will thicken more as it cools. Jar it up however you want. Do this ahead of time, of course. It only takes about 30 minutes to make perfect raspberry jam, and it's only 3 ingredients, so why not? Look at how nice that looks. Now let's check this out.